Alright, so here's the wheel well. So the wheel well liner, you have to take off a bunch of these little snap rivets or plastic rivets. So I have a little tool for that. It's my tool. There it is. So I use this thing right here. You use a screwdriver, but it's kind of difficult with a screwdriver because the best thing to do is do it from both sides. See how, because this thing has on both ends. Otherwise, if you just do one end, it won't work very well. These things are so crusted in here that they might not come out very well because the it's just caked with dirt. Oh shoot! So it's caked with dirt, so it might not come out very well. But you see how it comes out. Oops. See that? See how it comes out, and the 4 prongs on there are saved. So you see how the outside. So those things that's how it works. So the inside, when it's pushed in, it spreads these four prongs out, so it prevents it from coming out. And so when you pull the inside out, it goes down, and now these 4 prongs could get squeezed together, like so, and it could come out. So you have to do that for let's see, got it right there. And obviously I already have these ones removed. This one was a cover that was on this side right here. There's a plastic cover here. I don't think you have to do this one. You should be okay with this one here. Well, I might do this one up here. I'm gonna do this one up over here. Have to take out this screw right here, plus head screw, and there's a few on the bottom underneath. From underneath you have to do as well. So that's how you take off the liner. Alright, so here we are under the car. So I got the last little plastic rivet out. So basically move the wheel liner out of the way. So this is the resonator for the intake, the resonator box for the intake. There's 2 bolts. There's one right here, and there's one up right there. Gotta take those out. I already loosened them up already, so you guys don't have to watch me wrenching these out. There's one there. There's one here. I should have got the longer extension. Right there. Okay, so that's out. So up here, it's connected up here. It should just pull right down, I think. Okay, it doesn't pull right down. So let's see. Okay, so this piece here is like this piece here is kind of rubbery, kind of soft rubber. So you just kind of have to push it out. Let's see if I can. No, it was hard to do things with one hand. Oh, come on. Oh man, I can't. I need to use 2 hands. I can't do this with one hand. Let's see. I have no way of holding the camera. Anyways, so you need to separate this to get this off. Alright, so I have the bracket, the L bracket on the outside. It's supposed to be on the other side, but I had to do this to get the marker to mark the hole. You see that top hole? So I put the bolt through here and also at the bottom where the L is, the base. So that way it's that's how I keep it steady and keep it aligned. Get my little Sharpie. This one's gonna be. I can't even reach this. The camera's in my way. I can reach this in here with my hands. So kind of just go straight in as I can with the Sharpie. Cool thing is the Sharpie kind of takes up that space for the bolt. So I'm actually just gonna kind of go around since the Sharpie is not much smaller than the hole there. So So I just kind of wiggled it around a little bit. So that way I have a mark, so I could do a hole punch and a. Let's see if you guys can see the mark. Oh, right there. See that? Right there. See the little marker right there? So that's where I'm gonna hole punch and drill into it. And so the problem here is this plastic piece right here. This plastic piece is actually in the way of the drill, so you can't drill it. You can't make the drill so that it's perpendicular to that hole. It's kind of come in it instead of being perpendicular, because it's gonna hit. You know, the drill is gonna hit here. So you actually have to come in at an angle. So the hole's not gonna be very straight. Meaning, you know, not very round. It's gonna be kind of off. But obviously, I have to take out this bracket. I'm gonna take this bracket off and hole punch it and drill it. So I won't be able to do that on camera because I need 2 hands to do that, and I don't have any space in here for the camera. But anyways, so that's how I do that. Okay. All right. So you see light through there. So I just center punch it and drill a little pilot hole. So my pilot hole needs to be things that hold that hole right there needs to be kind of big. So when you have a hole that's kind of big, you need to oops. When you have a hole that's kind of big, you need to for example, here's my drill bit right here. This is the size that I need. You see how big it is, all right? So at the center tip there of the drill bit, that's basically the chisel right there. So you need your pilot hole to be big enough so the way it fits that. So basically, I have a 1/8. I think this is 1/8. Is this 1/8? No, this is 3/32. 3/32 is big enough to fit where that chisel is. Otherwise, if it's not, what happens is when you don't have a pilot hole or a center punch that's big enough for the chisel point, it won't stay still. It will actually like walk off and move somewhere else. So it's difficult to drill. So now I could drill my hole. So this one is a 7/16. So that's the size. Alright, so let me do that. I need to do that off camera because I need to use both hands. And there's no space for the camera. Alright, so there's my hole. Right there. So actually I was surprised at how clean it went through. It was much better than the other side. The other side was kind of a mess. So you have to be careful, because if you look right past that, see how it's kind of silvery. That's actually the AC condenser right there. So it's only about 1/2 inch away from that from the hole. So don't push too hard, otherwise you'll hit the AC condenser and possibly dig a hole into that, and you're fucked because you need to replace that, and that's a lot of money right there. All right. So there's the hole that's already there, and that's the hole that I made. So here's the bracket, like so. So you're gonna place it like this, right here, like that. And like so. So there's a hole down right here. So that's the one that you want to line up. This one right here. And this one over here, I had to drill for this side. So the hole for this one is already there, but this hole over here, I have to drill for this side. So it's actually something like it's like that. So you see how that lines up? So that's what we want, right down like that. So I have my bolts here, blue Loctite. Yeah, so I could basically put those through. And on this side, I actually have to put the head through that direction. So this side will be the head, and the stud will stick out to the other side. Over here, I have to put the head up from the bottom, because you want to have space, because the plastic covers will sit right underneath this, so you need space. And here you need space because the AC condenser is right there. It's literally 1/2 inch away from the sheet metal right here to the AC condenser, so it's very tight space to get all those in there. So yeah, so just put the bolts in that way and tighten it down. You should be good. Again, I won't be able to do this on camera because I had to do this with 2 hands. I had no place to put the camera. There's no place here to set the camera. All right. All right. So back at it again. So you look at this hole. It looks, you can see that it's been elongated because it didn't freaking fit. So I put the bracket in, and I placed the bolt in, and the bracket lines up with the bottom bolt, and the bottom hole, and the hole that I made. But this middle hole here, it didn't line up. This middle hole was already there, and the bottom hole was already there. So this middle hole and the bottom hole, they didn't actually line up with the bracket. So anyways, I had to file. I used a rat tail file, basically a rat tail file right here, like so, from this side. And it was pretty fast. So that wasn't so bad. It only took me like a couple minutes to file that out, and I think I'm enough. I just needed to like elongate it probably about 1/8 of an inch back, and that was it. All right, so everything's in here. This one gave me way more trouble than the other side did. I thought this side was gonna be easy. Anyways, so you saw me elongate this middle hole right here. The other problem I had was this one right here. The hole was lined up right, but if you look here, you see this piece here, but above here you see that there's another strip here. That strip actually bends down and it follows the contour of this one. And down on the bottom here, it's about 1/8 of an inch away, a little bit of a gap between the two on the bottom here, and it actually interfered with the bolt head or the nut head on the other side. So I couldn't put the nut on the other side. I could put it on there, but I couldn't get the a socket into it to hold it in place because that strip was literally like right up against the nut, so I couldn't get the socket into it. So I had to basically put the bolt head on the other side and the nut on this side. And the thing about the bolt head is that the bolt head actually has a Phillips head on it. There's a Phillips head on the one that they give you. Let me show you guys on this side if you guys can see this or not. So you can see that the left bolt right there, there's actually a Phillips head. There's actually a Phillips head in there. So anyway, so I was able to put a little stubby Phillips, on that side, right up here. And I was able to hold that bolt in place while I wrenched down this nut here. So I should still have some clearance. That's probably maybe like a 1/4 inch of clearance right here now. But anyways, everything's in. All this is tightened. I think I actually still need to tighten this side right here. But yeah, so it's all in now. You see, this is a driver's side, right? Driver's side. Still need to tighten these two down. I haven't done that yet. Here's the motor mount. You make sure you have to have clearance. So remember this bar right here, it actually drops down. It's like it's a barely noticeable drop. If you look dead on like this, you won't be able to see it. You have to look at the end to the other end in a line, so then you can see it. There's that end. I had the cover on. That's about how much clearance it has right there. It has once it bolts in. Well, that's a pretty good amount of clearance. So it looks like that's about 1/2 inch of clearance. So not too bad. There's a L bracket on the other side. Got everything in on this side. So these little plastic rivets here, I couldn't get any of them off without breaking it. It's just there's so much dirt in here that it just caked in there. Like as I try to separate the top of the rivet to drop the center down to give clearance for the prongs. For the prongs basically, like so. A lot of them, because there's so much dirt in there that it was just jammed and the prongs broke. So I actually have to go and buy like probably at least 1/2 of these little plastic rivets. But for the most part, everything is done for the race. So this took way longer than I thought. I was thinking, oh, it'll probably take about an hour if everything's bolted on. Like Megan Racing said, they said, oh, there's no modification needed. It's just straight bolt on, and it's not. Maybe with the car that they tested it on, that they did it on, it was, but not this, not my car, not this made in Mexico manual transmission car. I had to drill those holes and all this drama basically. So it's like, I think it took me like, probably 6 hours to do this with the camera. I guess without the camera, it'd easily be like half that time. So with the camera, it's always, you know, in my way and this and that and all that stuff. But anyways, so that's it. Thanks for watching.